let's cool down first before we start. And of course, let's do yard work. Hi friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 162. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan, and I love to crochet and I love to knit. And you can find all of that yarn goodness on my social media. It'll be linked in the description box. My Instagram, my Ravelry, my email is there. All the patterns that I'm going to talk about, any fancy yarns that I talk about, it will all be linked in the description box, wherever it's found on the device that you're watching, because I am a yarn enabler. As I found out yesterday from Hannah. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Today is Friday, April 3rd. It's Good Friday, so this has been Holy Week, for those of you who practice. Yeah, this week has been nice. Obviously tonight is a big service at church. It's not my favorite, but it's important. So the Tenebrae Good Friday service, remembering the death of Jesus. Yeah, not my favorite. I don't like it. Anyway, but Sunday is coming. So that's been this week. As far as like the last few weeks, I had a new coworker start last week. Very nice man, but they pulled him into so many different meetings, it's hard to get to know him when he's not around. And then his kid's spring break was this week, so he already had vacation plans, so he took off. Understandably, I understand. So we'll see how this goes once he gets started, once he gets acclimated to our team and everything. The March Madness is still going. Both Ryan and I, our teams have been knocked out of the tournament. Sad tears. And I run the bracket challenge at work, and I was looking at it and I was like, there's no way anybody's going to catch Bill. He's too far ahead. And then I looked at it again. I was like, well, if Illinois beats UConn, which I'm really hoping they do, then Dennis has a chance to beat Bill. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I did not do very well this year. I have none of the final four picked, so my bracket is done. Oh well, it's fine. It's just for fun, right? Right. Also, March Madness means it's our anniversary. So last Friday, Ryan and I celebrated 22 years of marriage. In a row, as he likes to say. Yes, I know I don't look old enough to be married 22 years, but I am. I will be 46 in about 4 months. So, yeah. So we just had a nice dinner out. Went to a local steakhouse. It's actually just not that far from us. And then we came home. Duke University, which is his team, they played a game. They won that night. They proceeded to lose, the next game in a spectacular fashion. And I told him, welcome to the club. Because, yeah, we won't go into the whole history of Kentucky and Duke. But, yeah, it's something. Anyway. Hannah mentioned talking about, saying the word anyway all the time on her podcast. And I was like, yeah, I've noticed myself saying that too. And then my coworker now has started making fun of me for every time I say anyway. So I'm trying to stop. We'll see how well that works. So the only other thing that life stuff, I was influenced by Allie from Little Drops Wonderful. She did a whole vlog, like a 2-part vlog, on clearing out her craft closet. She just has a closet. And organizing it. And so I had kind of done that not that long ago. About a year ago, I did some reorganization of it. But my ADHD makes it where I'm like, I have to do it all the time. And then I think I talked about this last time, in getting yarns for my Christmas tree skirt that I want to make. I did a clear out of all my acrylic yarns. So my worsted acrylic yarns that I use for all the ladies I crocheted, I did a clear out of all of those yarns. Kept the ones I needed for the Christmas tree skirt, but then the others, it's like I'll donate to. There's a hospice charity that collects yarn for ladies who make stuff for hospice patients. I may just go to them. So all that to say, I did another reorganization of all my tools and stuff because I cleared out like 2 bins of yarn. So I put like extra needles that I don't use, crochet hooks that I bought. For a while there, I was using the clay ergonomic ones, the fancy ones that you could buy on Etsy. But since then I've discovered Clover Moors and I like those so much better. So all of those are now in a bin in the back of the closet. I mean, it takes a while, but I can get to it. I sorted the yarns, like I have bins of sweaters quantity of yarns, although later you'll see me I've kind of cleared out a bin now because there's more stuff with sweaters I need to start, but we'll talk about that later. So things are organized by like projects that have big quantities of yarn. They're in a bin. And then I have a smaller plastic bin of yarns that I love, that are beautiful, but I don't know what to do with. I bought them without a plan, so now they're in a bin in my closet. So anyway, I do have pictures of them on my Ravelry stash. So if you go look at that, you can see them. Maybe you can help me decide what to do with them. I was watching a new podcast. They've only have like 2 episodes out. It's called Tatako, Tired, Tangled, Always Casting On, or something like that. I will link them down below. They were talking about they were talking about Ravelry and organizing their stash and posting it on Ravelry. That's something that I try to keep up with as I get new yarn, so I don't have like a lot to do. I also have a spreadsheet in case Ravelry goes down. I have a spreadsheet that I know I'm a Excel guru. I love Excel. But yeah, I just like to have backups of backups. I even used to keep a notebook of everything too. Don't do that anymore. But yeah, that was my week. It was my last 2 weeks. And in looking ahead, next weekend and the weekend after that, I have a lot of church stuff to do. So I doubt I will be able to record. especially next weekend. Next weekend is just, it's Friday night stuff, all day Saturday. Yeah, and then the weekend after that, Friday night I have to set up for the convention, and then we have the convention Saturday. Yeah, so the weekend after that, which I think is April 25th, there's nothing. I'm like, let's keep this contained. let's protect this day for nothing, okay? Okay. Because the weekend after that is the Elam 5K already. Like, can't believe we're a month away from that. Also, I'm recording on Friday because tomorrow is our anniversary present to ourselves. We're gonna go see Hamilton, like in the theater. So excited. I have a new dress to wear. I also have a new dress for Easter. They're just Amazon finds that I thought were really cute. And when I got them, tried them on, they were really cute. So I'm very excited about that. So let's go on to the first segment of the podcast called D.O.R.C, which is drink, outfit, reading, and crafting. Honestly. Crafting is for the rest of the podcast. So for drink today, I have in my little sheep mug. It's from Llama Llama Ding Dong, R.I.P. In here is a cup of coffee with this new creamer that I found. It's Chobani creamer, but it's chocolate covered strawberry. Oh, it tastes so good. It's so good. And I never thought I'd be one that would drink fruit flavored stuff in my coffee, but hey. Outfit. I'm just chilling today. I have my Brookfield Zoo t-shirt on, and then I thought I would put on my Treasure Island shawl. I made 3 of these in the past. One went to my mother, one went to my sister-in-law, and this one was mine. This is made out of Lion Brand mandala. And actually, I need to take this off because I am sweating. And so, yeah, it's a nice big cake of yarn that changes colors slowly. And yeah, I love this one. I don't wear it very often though. I forget about it. And with hot flashes and everything going on in my life, I don't wear a lot of the shawls and stuff that I've made, which is a shame. But anyway. Reading. I finished the Lily Adler book 4. I think it was Murder at Midnight. I finished that one. I also finished the 5th book, so there's 5 total. The way it ended, the 5th one ended, I think that's it. It was Scandal in Mayfair. Very good book. Obviously I flew through both of those books. And then I couldn't decide what to read next. So my coworker, she has a little app that she's like, the wheel tells me what to do. And so the app that I use is called Tiny Decisions, and you just put in the thing and you tap it and the wheel spins, and so I did the wheel to figure out what should I read next. And so I am currently reading Jane Austen at Home by Lucy Worsley, one of my favorite historians. Sadly, it is not read by her, which disappointed me. But she did a book on Agatha Christie. She read that one. Obviously, this is all audiobook. That is my preferred method of reading right now. I have a book that I'm reading. Have I picked it up in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Nope, not at all. So that is the D.O.R. portion of D.O.R.C. So let's get on to the crafting part. my crochet and knitting. And we'll start with a finished object. I have a finished object. I'm so excited. It was living in this gorgeous bag made for me by my yarn advent friend, Jill. This gorgeous, reminds me of the Caribbean Ocean. And then the inside is lined with Disney villains. Does it even have, I think I check this every time and I never remember. I don't think it has Yzma, who is my favorite. I actually watched Emperor's New Groove last night. Anyway, sidetrack. Did I say anyway again? In here is the Treasure Island shawl. Same pattern. This is by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet. I'll link the pattern down below. The yarn that I used was Ba Yarns. It's Brenda and Heather yarns on their Pegasus base. I remembered my glasses today. So, Pegasus base is 100% superwash merino, and the colorway is Hold Me Closer Tiny Rainbow, and I used every bit of it up and even had to stash dive to find some more red. Yeah. It's not quite the same color, but honestly, I don't care. So, Rainbow, Treasure Island shawl. Look at this. I love it. So, I started over here on the purple. When I calculated, okay, green would be the midway point. I probably should have done midway a little sooner. Probably could have finished. So last time you saw, I was here. I was just past midway. And honestly, as the rows get shorter and shorter and shorter, it's easier. You can totally tell where the different shade of red is. But it happens here. So it's kind of like it's not as noticeable unless you're looking at it like this in the camera. But in real life, it's really not that noticeable. I then washed and blocked it yesterday, woven the ends this morning. It's all good to go. And I figured this will be nice for under the coat. Just a nice little thing. Kind of keep your neck warm as we head into spring right now. I wanted to have this finished by the end of March. So the end of March was Tuesday. And Tuesday evening was just busy with, getting chores done. And then Ryan wanted to make guacamole. And I have to sit there with him because he's so afraid of forgetting things. It's guacamole. It doesn't matter. So I sit there and help him with guacamole. And so finally by the time everything got done, it was like 8 o'clock. And I was like, I want to work on this. I haven't touched yarn all day. I just want to touch yarn. So I pulled this out, started working on it. I was like, you know what? I'm so close. I'm just going to stay up and finish it. And you know what? I finished it before the end of March. I had 10 minutes to spare. And then I promptly turned off what I was watching and went to bed. Because, yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. I love this yarn. I hope I get to see them soon. Somewhere along the way. See their yarns again. Because, this, as you will see, I love me a good rainbow. So, yeah. Love how that turned out. And now that's the only finished object, so let's go on to make some progress. But first, a sip of coffee. Making progress number 1, let's put that over there, is my Starshine Christmas Tree Skirt by the Crochet Crowd. This is living in a Disney Cruise Line bag because there's so many skeins of yarn in here. I am doing a rainbow. And so I pulled out different colors from my stash, and I am interspersing it with white. So each row is a different, is either white or a color. So let me just show you what it looks like. So yeah, it looks like the Treasure Island shawl. But also, changing colors every row means I'm gonna have so many ends to weave in. It's nuts. Yeah, so last time you saw, I had just finished the orange. And so then I started the yellow, the greens, the blues. This is more of a royal blue. It's showing up kind of purpley, but the next colors are gonna be purple, and I have a pink as well. So this one, obviously you need to sit and count every time you work on it, because yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, this is just worsted weight acrylic that I had in my stash. But I did have to go buy more white yarn because I know I'm gonna run out. I think I only have, yeah, this is all I have left. Let me tell you, I went to Michael's because they now sell the big twist yarn from Joanne. There's one Michael's that's close to me. I don't like going to that one. I just don't like the store. It feels dirty to me. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because the floors are unfinished. It's just a cement floor. There's no tile. I think that's why I don't like it so much. But I walked in. Okay, let's find some white acrylic worsted weight yarn. The most basic yarn you could ever find. Did they have any? No. I was so mad. I was like, what? How do you not have this? They had the chenille yarn. They had the big chunky blanket yarn in white. They had every other color of big twist. They had a cream, which that's not what I want. So yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? So then there are two other Michaels. The one north is closer, but the one that's south, I love that Michaels. It is so nice in there. Nice and bright. Love it. Because of the one north, the corner where the yarn is, the lights aren't as bright, so you can't see the color truly. Like, it's, why there? Why did you put your yarn there? So I ended up going up there because it's a little closer. Although if I had gone to the south one, I could listen more to my audiobook. So I got that, got the yarn. I bought an extra skein. I doubt I'll need it, but you know, can go in my stash for some other project. Who knows what I'll make? The possibilities are endless. So that is my Christmas tree skirt. That is the venting that I needed to get off my chest about Michael's. Anyway, my next project, I just started right after I recorded. It is living in this cute little bag I got from church. It is a baby blanket for my coworker, Josh. His wife is due in June, so I've got some time. But I'm making the Paw Prints blanket by Lauren Willis. It is, I was thinking it was a hobby. Is it? It is. It's a hobby pattern. The yarn that I'm using, I ordered off the Premier website. It is Premier Basics DK, and the colorway Celery. And here's my blanket so far. I have done 3 repeats, and I have to do 6 per the pattern. We'll see how it is when I put my cute little gummy bear stitch marker there. Love it. Look at how cute those are turning out. This also requires a lot of counting. I will say, let me just show you. Hook size matters. Let me just say that. So I started this blanket. There's a lot of yarn barf because I went from the inside. I used a smaller hook size. Let's just see. Can I show you the difference? Yep. It's like a good 2 inches. Yeah. In the hook size. Actually, probably, yeah, 2 inches. Yeah, so just going up like 1.5 millimeters makes all the difference. So this will be the next ball of yarn that I use. Oh my gosh, I'm making it worse. Let's put that down. I do still want to make another fish for them to go as like a whole package. Still debating about that halibut if I want to give that to them. Anyway. Oh my gosh, I said it again. So, knitting projects. Let's move on to those. This is, I always have a pair of socks on the go. Living in my beautiful bag made for me by Kalisha from the Quirky Monday Craft Cast. Has 2 of my favorite princesses, Tiana and Rapunzel. And then, of course, Be a Nice Human. And then Panda Ridge, which is a place at the San Diego Zoo that we went to. In here are my Baja socks because I took these with me on my cruise to Baja. The Mexican Californian cruise. Yeah. So the yarns I'm using, I use a stash, something from my stash for the heels, toes, and cuffs. Well, I haven't gotten to the cuffs yet. And I'll show you the heels here in a second. But the main color, where did my ball band go? Oh, there it is. It is Knipix Felici yarn, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and the colorway is board shorts. This is what it looks like in my skein coat. I don't have very many stripes left, very many different colors. Oof. Because I have gotten through the foot, I've done the heel, and now I'm onto the leg. So this is stash yarn for the toe, and then I did all this, and then I pulled out the yellow. I did my heels in yellow, and I don't think I'm going to do anything for another color for the cuff. I'm just going to use these colors to finish up the yarn, to finish up the socks. I did a little bit of Morse code knitting in here. And it says Wonder because I was on the ship, the Disney Wonder. Love it. And yeah, so these should be done. I'm hoping I'll work on them this weekend. Maybe by the end of the weekend I can have these done. And that means I can start another pair of socks. We shall see. We shall see. I'd like to get, so right now I'm on this color. And I think if I can get through to like here, I think I have those colors in here. I think it has a whole nother repeat, but not a whole nother repeat, but just, I think it goes up to here. But I'd like to get through these colors. Does that make sense? So that's where those are at. And then yesterday when I made up my notes, I did not include my Rainbow Bright sweater. because I hadn't done any work on it. Sorry, need another sip. And then Jill had messaged me, hi Jill. Jill messaged me a tutorial on provisional cast on because that's where I'm at in my sweater. My sleeves are done, I think. And then I had to do a provisional cast on for the body. And part of it too was like, okay, am I gonna have the right number of stitches? Am I gonna do, like, how is it attached to the rainbow? Like, so here's the Rainbow Bright sweater, the rainbow sweater by Yelly Knits. Gorgeous sweater, love it. I'm doing things a little differently. Of course I am. I'm not doing a DK weight. I'm using a sport weight yarn. It is Heritage, Cascade Heritage 6. I have all the highlighter colors except for orange. And I'm doing it inspired by Rainbow Bright. Again, another rainbow. And also it was like, I'm gonna have to sit down and like really read this pattern, like make sure I'm doing things right. I noticed when I did my sleeves, like the cuff, the stitch count that she did, like she has this awesome Excel spreadsheet where you just plug in your measurements and it does the stitch counts for you. But my stitch counts were off on my cuffs, like they were not big enough. So I had to add more stitches. And so then I'm like, okay, how many more stitches am I gonna have to add for the body then? So yeah, there's just been a lot for me to get through this hurdle. But last night I sat down, I did my math, my own math, along with hers, did all this stuff, and I have cast on the body of my Rainbow Bright sweater. So let me just show you how much I've got. So right now it is living in my Beach Life is a Good Life stitch bag. Love this bag. So here we are. Oh, I have these gorgeous stitch stoppers that Emmy sent to me. So there's Rainbow Bright. There's Rainbow. So on the side is the rainbow. This is a mess right now. And I stopped halfway through, not even halfway through a row, because I was tired. So it's a bit of a mess. This red yarn is my provisional cast on yarn. And then mostly last night, what I was doing was redoing the bind off that I had done on this rainbow. It was just too tight, so I got a bigger hook and redid the bind off. I know, right? And so now I'm just purling this row. I'm like, am I purling right? Am I supposed to be purling or am I supposed to be knitting? I don't know. And then I'm like checking and like, ugh. So hopefully I'm doing this right. If not, it's at the bottom. We'll figure it out. I'll just keep track of what I'm doing. But you're also attaching the rainbow as you're knitting the body. So right now, it's a mess. It's a mess. I will probably work on this today, see if I can get a little further along so it doesn't look so bad. But the cute little stoppers are making me happy. This stitch marker is supposed to be on the rainbow. It fell off, so I just need to make sure I put it back on the right spot. Whew. What a day. Okay. Stay on. Okay. So that is my sweater. That is the saga of my sweater right now. And yet, there are more things that I want to start. So not that I think I'm going to be done with that sweater at any time soon. But I'm going to finish my Christmas tree skirt. I'm going to finish a blanket. I'm going to finish a pair of socks. I need new things to start, right? Right. So, when I finish my Christmas tree skirt, I decided I need to have a new sweater to wear in the summer. And so I'm going to make the Sweet Pea top by Rachel Misner. I think it's so cute. My mom used to call me Sweet Pea. Well, she still does all the time. So I'm excited about. So it's my nickname. It's something that's connected to me. I need this top in my life. So I put it in my Chicago yarn crawl bag from, what year was this? 2021. These are some of the shops that I visited. I have looked. They have a new updated website. They're getting stuff ready for the Chicago yarn crawl this year. Last year they had a trolley that visited the different yarn shops. That's what I'm going to do. Hopefully they have it again this year. I keep checking to see if they've done anything. But I did buy this yarn while I was yarn crawling last year. I only went to 2 yarn shops last year. But this is Cascade Yarns Sarasota, which is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. And this gorgeous pinky lavender color. Colors 255. I'll put the color name on the screen. It's just, so like being a cotton, mostly cotton, it should be nice for the summer. And obviously the top is a loopy crochet top, so that'll be nice for the summer. I'm very excited to get this started. I do have the daisy sweater that I did not that long ago. So yeah, let's just have another flower sweater, right? And then I had this yarn in stash. Well, I should say I had 2 skeins of this yarn in stash. Not sure what I was going to do with it. It's one of those that sat in the bin. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then I had to go on Hirschner's website to buy a gift for a friend. And I saw that they had 2 other colors of this yarn. So I was like, I'll just buy all this yarn. So now I have 4 skeins of this yarn. And then I was like, what am I going to do? And then I thought, ooh, a hexagon cardigan would be great for this. And then in watching Allie from Little Drops of Wonderful, her and Suzanne from Green Lambkin Yarns are hosting the Slow and Steady Festive Mal. Is it? Yeah, Festive Mal. I have written festival. It's just festive. So it is slow and steady Christmas sweater make along, crochet, knit, all the things. So I was like, oh, because once I show you the yarn, you'll see why it's going to be a Christmas hexagon cardigan. It is living in this cute Christmas sheepy tote bag. Love it. I'm going to be making the Horizon cardigan by Mary Etheridge. It is a hobby pattern, so it's free. Go to the hobby website. You can download it there. The yarns that I'm using, Big Twist yarn. Let's see, which ones did I have first? I think I had this one. And I have this one. So this is Big Twist Winter. And this colorway is Bright and Merry. And this colorway is Christmas Tree Farm. This is 100% acrylic anti-pilling yarn. And just look at those. So obviously self-striping. There you can see striping. And then I was just kicking myself. I was like, why didn't I buy the other colors? Because that would be fun to have like a granny stitch sweater with all these fun Christmas colors. And so when I found them on Hirschner's, obviously they were a lot more expensive because I bought these when Joanne was going out of business. So I have this one, which is Party at the North Pole. And we have this one. Well, that's a messy side to show you. Which is Twinkle Lights. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, oh yeah, I'll do 4 panels of this hexagon, which that's not how the hexagon cardigan works. And I'll have one panel be one color, one panel, a panel for each, which I could still kind of do. Maybe. We'll have a think through. It's going to be a while before I get this started. And plus, this is a slow and steady festive make-along, right? And so I just want a funky granny stitch cardigan. Is honestly what I'm wanting. That's festive and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. We'll see how that goes. So that is my Christmas sweater that I'm going to be starting eventually. And then, of course, I need a pair of socks because I just need a pair of socks, especially with a bunch of stuff coming up these next 2 weekends. I'm going to have a lot of time sitting, listening to people. So I need something to keep me occupied. So it's cute Mary Poppins bag that I made myself. Thank you very much. And of course I have a pin, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Love it. In here, the yarn, I'm going to start the Fairy Maiden socks by This Handmade Life. Just trying to do new different stitches in knitting that I've never done before. And the yarn that I chose to do is very appropriate for this time of year. So it is oat knit yarns, like haute couture kind of thing, oat knit. It's on her cocoa fingering base, which is 100% superwash merino, and the colorway is Spring Elf. And so I figured that'd be, Spring Elf, Fairy Maiden, you have the fairy gardens, elves, that whole springy vibe is what I'm going for with this. And of course, a nice pretty pink bag. I don't think I'm going to do any contrast colors. I'm just going to do this as it is and just let it go. So yeah, we will see how that works up. I'm very excited. I think it'll be beautiful socks. So yeah, that is my current projects, my finished projects that are going to be started. Maybe not soon, but close to soon. So what are you working on? Are you doing anything fun? Are you going to participate in the make-along? I'm sure a lot of you still watch Allie as well. Also go check out Erin and Courtney from the Tangled and Tired podcast. Yeah. And with that, I'm going to go clean up this mess. And I will see you probably in 3 weeks. So with that, God bless. Bye.